How you guys doing? This is Stubby Johnson, and today I'm going to show you how to find the Messiah. To do this, I got to start back when I was a kid. When I was a real small kid, I used to go to church and sit on the front row and listen to the preacher, and I'd answer all those rhetorical questions, the ones you're not supposed to answer. I'd shout it out in the middle of the service, and he'd always point down and smile whenever I got one right, and then everybody thought it was funny. But since then I always thought, Stubby Johnson's going to be a preacher, and 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 I actually went to theology school when I got to college for a while to see how those shoes fit. And while I was a theology major, I went on two separate mission trips. The first mission trip I went to Mexico, and we went with a group of dentists and doctors and contractors, and we went to this rural village where people didn't know much about anything. And basically, we fixed their teeth, we put in a water line, taught their kids how to color, and just sat around and were nice to people. And I tell you what, that was one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. I could barely talk to anybody. I just wanted them to know they were loved and looked after them, and that was a beautiful thing. And after that, I was like, man, this is what I need to do my whole life. This is great. This is the best. Well, then, I saw my next opportunity to be a missionary, and I went to Europe teaching people English using the Bible as a text. And the tricky thing about this one was I was helping people learn English, but I was really kind of pushing theology and teaching theology. And long story short, I was trying to tell people what to do, and I made a real big butt of myself, and I didn't like it at all. And if you want to see more about that, watch my respect video, because I go into that. But anyway, after I did that, I took a turn for the worse, man, and I got rid of religion in my life for a while, and I said, hey, this is not for me. I went from reading the Bible through every year just to make sure that I did not reading it at all, and stepping away from the whole God thing. Well, as of recently, I've started reading the Bible again. I'll tell you more about that why in another video. But I've had a pretty big realization. At least it's big for me. You guys might think I'm a lunatic, but I figured out how to find the Messiah, and you can laugh at me if you want and call me a loon, but listen to the message and tell me what you think. Basically, if you read the Bible, as the Bible starts off early on in the Bible, there's certain blessings that happen for certain reasons. And the first guy that ever gets noticed by God for doing anything good was Abel. And then after he was noticed for doing something good, then Abraham was noticed for doing something good, and he got a big blessing, and the whole world was going to be blessed by Abraham. And then after Abraham, it was interesting because blessings kind of went two ways. There was the big blessing, and then there were smaller blessings. And so his son Isaac got a big blessing, and Ishmael got a small blessing. And then after that, his son Jacob got a big blessing, and his son Esau got a small blessing. And then after that, the sons of Israel, basically Judah got the second biggest, Joseph got the biggest blessing, and then the rest of the guys all got blessings like you lived down by the sea, or you would have had a blessing, but you slept with my wife. They got these really obscure blessings, and but they got blessings in it. And what's interesting, and you can look into this if you want to, but these smaller blessings all kind of became religions. Like for example, the blessing of Ishmael became Islam. The blessing of Esau, but Esau became Edom, which became Rome, became Christianity, and then the blessing of Judah became Judaism. But there was still the big blessing of Israel that kind of floated around, and you could say that was Judaism, but I'm going to say it's not because of what I noticed about who got the biggest blessing. Who always got the biggest blessing? It was always a shepherd, and Every single time it was a shepherd. King David got blessed. He got to be king. He was a shepherd when he got found. You know, that's the guys. Jesus came. He was a good shepherd. Shepherd is an important thing about the Bible. That's which is rightfully so, because it's Semitic religion. You know, these guys are a bunch of goat herders. So then you got to ask yourself, well, what the heck does a goat herder? What can he teach me about life? You know, what's so important about this Abrahamic religion? Why is this stuff any good? Well, that's the messianic prophecy, the Messiah. I think that the entire prophecy has nothing to do with bloodline, because you can see things that have happened bad from any of the other guys, and that this whole idea of Israel is kind of lost. But any time that somebody acts like a shepherd, good things happen, man. Whether it be Jesus, whether it be Martin Luther King, whether it be Gandhi, you know, whoever. Abraham Lincoln. When guys go out of the way and they say, "Hey, I'm going to look for those that are around me, and I'm going to take care of that which sustains my life," and they figure out that that's better than just taking whatever you can, you know, the world gets changed for the better. And if you want to see the Messiah, or at least a glimpse of the biggest blessing God has to offer, according to Abrahamic faith, start taking care of people, man. Start watching out for people. Start watching out for things, man. You know, that's really the bottom line. If you want to see the lion lay down with the lamb, start acting like a shepherd. And if we get to a point where this can happen, I guarantee you the world will be a better place. Anyways, this is Stubby Johnson, man. I'm going to try to keep it short. Hopefully, I left you feeling satisfied.